Hey there, you looking kinda cute. Please consider subscribing and check out our Patreon for more. Enjoy the video. Tom pulled up to Jenny's house, parking his old sedan behind her shiny new coupe. He whistled as he walked up the front steps, excited for their date night. Things had been going so well between them lately. He knocked on the front door, straightening his collar. After a few moments, the door swung open. But it wasn't Jenny standing there. It was her younger sister, Amy.
"Oh, hey, Amy,"
Tom said, surprised. "Is Jenny around?" Amy leaned against the doorframe, popping her gum. "Nope, she's still getting ready. You know how long she takes to do her hair and makeup." She rolled her eyes dramatically. Tom chuckled. That was Jenny, all right. Always obsessed with looking perfect before going out. "Well, you want to come in and wait?" Amy asked, stepping back and gesturing him inside.
"Sure, thanks,"
Tom said, walking into the familiar living room. He plopped down on the floral couch. Amy sat down next to him, closer than normal. She was wearing tiny denim cutoffs and a skimpy tank top, showing off her flat, tanned stomach. Tom tried not to stare. "So, exciting plans tonight?" Amy asked, twirling her hair around her finger.
"Yeah, I got us reservations at that new Italian place downtown, the one Jenny's been wanting to try," Tom said.
"Ooh, fancy," Amy said, inching even closer. Her bare thigh was now pressed against his pant leg. Tom inched away subtly. Amy had always been a little too flirty with him, ever since he and Jenny first got together. At first, he thought it was harmless, just Amy's playful personality, but lately it was making him uncomfortable. He cleared his throat.
"Yep, should be a nice dinner."
"What are you up to tonight?" he asked, trying to change the subject. "Oh, just hanging around here, all by my lonesome," Amy said with an exaggerated pout. "Our parents are out of town this weekend, so it's just me and Jen."
"Ah, gotcha,"
Tom said. An awkward silence descended. "So," Amy said after a moment, "want to see Jen's new clothes? She just went shopping yesterday." I don't know if I should," Tom started hesitantly. "Oh, come on, it'll be fun," Amy said, jumping up and grabbing his hand. "I'll give you a little fashion show." Before he could protest further, Amy was dragging him upstairs to Jenny's bedroom. She flung open the closet door with a ta-da gesture. Tom stood there uncomfortably as Amy started rifling through Jenny's clothes. He knew he should stop this, but he also didn't want to upset Amy right before their double date. Maybe if he just humored her for a minute, she'd leave him alone. "Oh, look at this cute dress," Amy said, holding up a short, low-cut red number. "Jen would look so hot in this, don't you think?"
"I guess so,"
Tom mumbled. "Here, why don't you try it on and I can send Jen a pic of you modeling it," Amy said with a mischievous grin. "I bet that would give her a good laugh." "What? No way," Tom said, backing away. "Oh, come on, it'll be hilarious," Amy said, advancing toward him with the dress. "I promise I won't send it to anyone else." Tom hesitated. He didn't want to, but Amy seemed determined. Maybe it would placate her if he just put the dress on over his clothes real quick.
"Ugh, fine,"
he relented.
"But just for a second, okay?"
"Yay!" Amy said, way too excited. She shoved the dress into his hands and pushed him toward the ensuite bathroom. Tom shook his head but obliged, carefully slipping the dress on over his t-shirt and jeans. He looked utterly ridiculous. The dress was way too small, barely reaching his knees. "Come out! Let me see!" Amy called. Tom took a deep breath and stepped out of the bathroom. Amy doubled over, laughing. "Oh my God, you look so dumb!" she howled. "This is amazing! Strike a pose!" Rolling his eyes, Tom half-heartedly posed with his hand on his hip. Amy snapped a photo on her phone, giggling uncontrollably.
"All right, I did it. Now I'm taking this off,"
Tom said, reaching for the zipper. Wait, Amy said. "You can't take it off yet. I have to get the full effect." Before he could react, she grabbed a wig off a mannequin head, a long, blonde, curly one, just like Jenny's hair. Amy plopped it on Tom's head, arranging the curls around his shoulders. "Perfect," she declared. "Now for the shoes." Amy, come on, this is getting weird, Tom said as Amy tried to shove Jenny's dainty feet into oversized sneakers. Calm down, you're fine, Amy said. Just a few more things. Against his better judgment, Tom stood there awkwardly as Amy added a necklace, earrings, and finally a full face of Jenny's makeup. Foundation, blush, mascara, lipstick. Done, Amy said. She stepped back to admire her work, then doubled over in laughter again. Oh my God, you look beautiful. Tom glanced in the mirror and barely recognized himself. With the wig, dress, jewelry, and makeup, he really did look just like Jenny.
All right, hilarious,
he said sarcastically. Can I take this off now? He reached for the wig, but Amy stopped him. Leave it on, she said. We have to show Jenny. What? No way, Tom objected. But Amy was already dragging him out the bedroom door. Tom felt utterly ridiculous as Amy paraded him down the hall in the too small dress and wig. They stopped outside the closed bathroom door, where Tom could hear Jenny's hairdryer humming. Amy pounded on the door. Jen, you gotta come see this, she yelled over the hairdryer. Just a minute, Jenny called back. The hairdryer clicked off. In a panic, Tom tried to tug off the wig and dress, but it was too late. The bathroom door swung open, and there stood Jenny, wrapped in a robe with her hair in rollers. She took one look at Tom, and her mouth fell open. Surprise! Amy said gleefully. Do you love your new twin? Jenny stared in shock for a moment, then doubled over, laughing. Oh my God! She gasped between giggles. You look ridiculous. Tom felt his face burn red with embarrassment. It was Amy's idea, he mumbled. This is too good, Jenny said, wiping tears from her eyes. She held up her phone. Smile, Tom. No, Tom groaned, trying to hide his face, but Jenny had already snapped a few pictures. These are totally going on Facebook, Jenny said with an evil grin. No, don't, Tom said desperately. People will get the wrong idea. I'm just teasing, Jenny laughed. She gave him a kiss on the cheek, leaving a big lipstick mark. It's pretty funny, though. Tom smiled weakly. Glad I could give you both a laugh. All right, I better finish getting ready for our date, Jenny said. Amy, help Tom get cleaned up. No problem, Amy said, giving Tom a little wave as Jenny disappeared back into the bathroom. With a deep sigh, Tom followed Amy back to the bedroom. At least the humiliating ordeal was over now. Amy helped wipe off the makeup with remover wipes and detach the clip-on earrings. You know, you didn't look half bad as a woman, Amy teased as she gently removed the wig. Maybe you missed your calling as a drag queen. Ha ha, Tom said sarcastically. But he had to admit, as mortifying as it had been, it was pretty funny in retrospect, and he was relieved Jenny had taken it so well, laughing it off instead of getting mad. All right, arms up, Amy said. Tom obediently lifted his arms so she could unzip the dress and pull it over his head. Underneath, he still had on his t-shirt and jeans, though the denim felt extra snug after being compressed by the tight dress. He wiggled around to get his pants back into place. Need some help with that? Amy asked playfully, reaching for his fly. No! Tom breathed a sigh of relief as he pulled his regular clothes back on and wiped the last traces of makeup from his face. Though it had been mortifying at first, he had to admit the whole dress debacle had brought him and Jenny closer together. They'd had a good laugh, and it showed they could be silly and not take themselves too seriously. Now he was eager to get on with their date night. He heard the bathroom door open down the hall, followed by the click-clack of Jenny's heels. Tom, you ready? She called. Coming! He hurried to meet her at the top of the stairs. Jenny looked stunning, dressed up in a little black dress, her golden waves tumbling over her shoulders. Tom's heart fluttered at the sight of her. He offered his arm, and she took it gracefully. Have fun, you two, Amy sing-songed as Tom escorted Jenny out to his car. He was relieved Amy wasn't trying to tag along on their date. At the new Italian restaurant downtown, Tom held open the door for Jenny, placing his hand lightly on the small of her back as they were shown to their intimate table for two. He smiled, thinking of the effort he'd put in to plan this special evening, calling ahead to secure a reservation, picking up a bouquet of roses, even watching YouTube videos about wine pairings to be prepared. He wanted to sweep Jenny off her feet. After they ordered, Jenny reached across the table and put her hand over his. "Thank you for planning such a lovely date," she said softly. Tom's heart swelled. "Of course. You deserve to be treated like a queen." Jenny smiled, then her expression turned mischievous. "Speaking of queens, that get-up Amy put you in was priceless. I nearly busted a gut laughing." Tom chuckled and rubbed his neck self-consciously. "Yeah, that was quite an experience." "I can't believe you let her do that to you."
"What can I say? Your sister can be very persuasive,"
Tom said wryly. "Did you like wearing my clothes?" Jenny teased. "I have to admit, it was kind of fun in a weird way," Tom said. "I mean, obviously I looked ridiculous, but it felt silly and freeing to just be goofy and not care." Jenny raised her eyebrows. "You actually liked it. I figured you just went along with it because Amy pestered you."
"I mean, she definitely did pester me," Tom laughed. "But yeah, once I had all that stuff on, I thought, what the heck, may as well commit and have some fun with it."
Jenny tilted her head, looking thoughtful. "Would you ever want to do it again?" "You mean dress up in women's clothes again?" Jenny nodded, watching his reaction closely. Tom considered for a moment. He knew some men secretly enjoyed cross-dressing, though he'd never pictured himself among them. But recalling the giddy silliness he'd felt playing dress-up made him think that maybe it could be fun to explore that side of himself, at least occasionally.
"Yeah, I think I'd be open to it,"
he said, "as long as it stayed just between us." Jenny smiled mischievously. "I'd be happy to dress you up sometime. Maybe I could do your makeup again, too, only better than Amy did." Tom laughed.
"That sounds like fun, actually."
Their food arrived, temporarily halting the conversation. Over succulent pasta dishes and wine, they chatted casually about work, family, and plans for the weekend. Tom was once again amazed by how comfortable and natural things felt between them. He knew Jenny was special. After dessert, Jenny brought the cross-dressing idea back up. "I wasn't kidding about dressing you up, you know," she said, eyes twinkling. "Why don't you come over tomorrow night and we can play around with it?" Tom's pulse quickened at the thought.
"Really? You'd be into that?"
"Absolutely," Jenny said. "I love getting to be creative and silly with you. I promise I won't laugh at you this time," she added with a wink.
"Okay, it's a date then,"
Tom agreed. He was surprised to realize he was genuinely looking forward to it. There was something exciting about the idea of exploring this whole other side of himself with Jenny. They left the restaurant hand in hand, both smiling dreamily. Tom once again felt like the luckiest guy in the world to have found a woman as fun, adventurous, and open-minded as Jenny. The next evening, Tom showed up at Jenny's house with a duffel bag in hand and butterflies in his stomach. He still couldn't quite believe he was willingly going to let his girlfriend dress him up like a woman. But the more he'd thought about it, the more intrigued he became by the idea. He trusted Jenny to make it a lighthearted, positive experience for both of them. Jenny welcomed him in, eyes alight with excitement. "I've been looking forward to this all day," she whispered, giving him a lingering kiss. Tom followed her upstairs to her bedroom. Jenny had laid out a variety of tops, skirts, dresses, and accessories on the bed. "I wasn't sure what you'd be comfortable with, so I got some options," Jenny explained.
"Wow, you really went all out,"
Tom said. He appreciated how thoughtful she was being. "Why don't you start with this?" Jenny suggested, holding up a knee-length floral skirt. "It's loose and swirly, nice and breezy." Tom nodded and stepped into the bathroom to change, his heart pounding. He couldn't believe he was actually doing this. but it also felt thrilling to try something so outside his comfort zone. When he emerged shyly in the skirt, Jenny beamed. "You look great," she said. Next, Jenny had him try on a pink blouse with ruffles down the front. Tom admired himself in the mirror. The colors were pretty together. "What do you think?" Jenny asked. "I love it," Tom breathed, scarcely believing this beautiful, confident woman gazing back was him. Jenny did his makeup next, just some subtle mascara and lip gloss. She let Tom pick out accessories, a necklace, bangle bracelets, and kitten heels. When the look was complete, they stood side by side, looking in the mirror. Jenny slid her arm around Tom's waist. "You make a lovely lady," she told him sincerely. Tom's heart swelled. He turned and pulled Jenny into an embrace.
"Thank you for being so supportive," he said. "I've never felt so close to someone."
Jenny cupped his cheek. "I'm glad you trusted me enough to share this part of yourself." They kissed tenderly. Tom no longer felt embarrassed or nervous, just safe, understood, and incredibly loved. Jenny pulled back from the kiss, eyes sparkling. "Why don't we go out?" Tom blinked in surprise.
"You mean like this?"
He gestured at the skirt and blouse he was wearing. Jenny nodded eagerly. "It'll be fun. We can just drive around, maybe stop for ice cream or something." Seeing his hesitation, she added, "Don't worry, we'll find a place where no one knows us, and I'll be with you the whole time." Tom considered it. His heart pounded at the thought of going out in public dressed as a woman. But he did feel surprisingly comfortable and confident in these clothes with Jenny. Maybe it was time to push his boundaries a little. "Okay, let's do it," he agreed. Jenny clasped her hands excitedly. "Yay, let me do some finishing touches on your look." She touched up his makeup and fluffed up the wig she'd lent him, a short bob style. After spritzing him with her floral perfume, Jenny declared him ready. Tom's palms were sweating as they went out to Jenny's car. He kept smoothing the skirt self-consciously, worried it was too short. Jenny noticed his nervous fidgeting. "You look amazing," she reassured him. "Here." She took off her own floral kimono and wrapped it around Tom's shoulders. A cute little cover-up. Tom smiled, feeling less exposed. "Thank you, that helps." Jenny drove them to a shopping plaza across town. At this hour on a weeknight, it wasn't very busy. She found a spot at the edge of the parking lot, away from the streetlights. "Ready?" she asked Tom, eyes searching his face. Tom took a deep breath.
"As ready as I'll ever be."
Jenny leaned over and gave him a kiss for courage. Then they got out of the car. The air felt cool against Tom's bare legs. Each click of his low heels on the pavement echoed loudly in his ears. But after a few moments, when no one seemed to even glance their way, he started to relax. Jenny threaded her fingers through his. "See? You totally blend in," she said. Tom smiled, gaining confidence. She was right. In the darkness, people probably assumed they were just two girlfriends out for the night. They stopped at a retro ice cream stand and got cones, chocolate for Tom, mint chip for Jenny. It felt strangely natural to giggle and gossip with Jenny in hushed feminine voices. "Anywhere else you want to check out while we're here?" Jenny asked as they strolled leisurely, licking their ice cream cones. Tom considered, feeling bold now. "Let's go in that vintage clothing store," he suggested, pointing to a shop with flowy dresses displayed in the window. Jenny grinned. "Good idea, we can build up your wardrobe." Tom had never bothered browsing the women's section of clothing stores before. He was amazed by all the styles, colors, and fabrics. Lace, velvet, sheer, embroidered. He couldn't resist feeling the textures between his fingers. Jenny plucked a slinky little black dress off the rack. "You would look so hot in this," she declared. Blushing, Tom took the dress and draped it over one arm. He selected a few other items he liked, a red miniskirt, a cropped tank top, and a glittery halter top. On their way to the register, Tom noticed a pair of towering platform heels in leopard print. The daring shoes called to him. He tried them on, wobbling a little but managing to stand upright. "Those are fierce," Jenny said approvingly. She snapped a photo of Tom posing unsteadily in the shoes, arms out for balance. They dissolved into giggles as Tom carefully navigated the platforms across the store. He was relieved to change back into the low kitten heels for the walk to the car. On the drive home, Jenny reached over and squeezed Tom's hand. "Thank you for coming out with me tonight," she said softly. "I know that was a big step."
It was really fun, Tom said, realizing he meant it. I'm glad I pushed myself. I feel a lot more confident now.
Jenny smiled. "Seeing you embrace this part of yourself makes me so happy. You're wonderful no matter what you wear." Tom's heart swelled with love. With Jenny by his side, he felt like he could conquer anything. Over the next few weeks, their dress-up dates became a regular occurrence. Though initially nervous, Tom grew more comfortable being out in public on Femme. The next time they decided to go out dressed up, Jenny suggested bringing her sister Amy along too. "She already knows about our dress-up play," Jenny pointed out, "and I think she'd be cool with it." Tom hesitated. He trusted Amy, but wasn't sure he was ready to be on Femme in front of Jenny's whole family yet. Sensing his uncertainty, Jenny said, "How about we just start with Amy doing our makeup and see how you feel from there?" Tom agreed that was a good compromise. When Amy arrived, he was nervous about letting her see him in a dress and wig again, but she acted totally casual, complimenting his outfit. "All right, ladies, let's get you all glammed up," Amy said brightly, plopping her makeup kit down on the bed. Tom sat very still, eyes closed, as Amy applied smoky eyeshadow and false lashes. Her touch was gentler than Jenny's. Tom found himself relaxing, almost enjoying the pampering. "Wow! Check out those cheekbones!" Amy said. "You two look fierce." Tom looked in the mirror and was stunned by Amy's work. She had transformed him into a mysterious femme fatale. "What do you think?" Amy asked, hands on her hips. "Should we take this show on the road?" Tom hesitated only a moment before saying, "Let's do it." Having Amy approve of and embrace his en-femme persona gave him an extra boost of confidence. The three of them piled into Jenny's car, cranking up girl power anthems. They rolled the windows down, singing along loudly. At a stoplight, the guys in the next car over whistled, and Tom felt a rush at being admired and desired as a woman. They ended up at a karaoke bar. A few cocktails in, Amy dragged a giggling but reluctant Tom onto the stage. She chose Girls Just Want to Have Fun, handing Tom the second mic. As the music started, Tom's nerves melted away. He and Amy belted the lyrics, dancing together. The crowd whooped and cheered. For the first time, Tom felt totally at ease being his feminine self in public. After the song, Jenny jumped up to give Tom a big hug and kiss. "You are amazing!" she shouted over the noise. Tom just grinned, feeling lighter and freer than he ever had before. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out Patreon for a lot more content and early access to YouTube videos.